Go ahead and get the first cuss word out of the way. All right. We're gonna wait for people to pour in. We're gonna wait for our other guests to get here. Um, yeah. So
we made it to another Monday, everybody.
Thankfully, luckily, I think a lot of people on my Facebook rather be have not made to Monday much.
If you
today.
guys are new here, hi, hello. Thank you for scrolling across us. Have fun with the shenanigans. We have a pretty fun topic tonight, though.
Hello. I don't know who's watching, so you're going to have to say hi. This is a new streaming service, so we're not sure how this is going to work. So please say hi. We're going to actually pop that overlay right there. I know it fucks you guys up on Facebook. Like you can't see what's being said, so yeah. You'll see the chat, but you also see the chat. So if you swipe away the chat on your live on Facebook, you'll like actually see the overlay set up. So but yeah, we're waiting on the other ones to fall in, but tonight we're talking about adult content marketing. And really we're talking about content marketing for all types of creators, not just adult. As the things that go into this can be applied universally.
Very, very broad ideas that we can discuss tonight that can be translated into many different social media careers.
When in doubt, spread them out. Oh, Sarah's here. That's a new one.
Beautiful.
That's somebody I'm excited to have here. Hello. This is my partner. This is Jen. I'm Mr. Or Mike. Some of you know me as Mike now because I got exposed for hiding.
But, that sounds so gross.
I know, right? It's gross. It's Mr. We'll just go with Mr.
If you guys want to call him Mike, you're more than welcome to.
No, don't do that. That's gross. That's a work name. So to give you guys kind of a rundown of what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight, we're going to do like a brief introduction, explain how adult content has grown over the past 5 years, current trends that are happening. Also, it's kind of the future of how things are going to work out. And then we're going to dive a little deeper into like actual mastery for different platforms because, that's important to know how each platform differs. Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, TikTok, and even Snapchat. And then we'll talk kind of
and Clapper.
And what's actually Clapper with the legislation going on right now is actually one I really want to talk about. So that's an important one to pay attention to too. We're going to talk about like the challenges, the problems that come with it, security, privacy, legal aspects, things like that. But I assure you it's not going to be as boring as I'm making it sound right now.
That sounds really fucking boring. But
and then we'll finish up with kind of some more trends, things we're noticing as creators and things we can do to improve things for everybody else. But feel free to say hi in the comments. Jump in, have a conversation. Conversate, is that the word I was told I can't have?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the word I can't use. It's a word. I've looked it up. It's a word.
Okay.
But, we're going to talk about all the stuff and how to apply it to your life. I hope all of you are excited to be here. As I said, I'm Mr. It looks like they're both here. They're just watching me from the background. Oh, nope, that's Soraya. Hey, Soraya.
Hi, Buffalo.
Hello.
We're going to have to shift all this around. It's going to shift a little bit with the overlay in there as they come in.
So, me personally, I have a few things I'm going to share at the end. A couple shout outs to some podcasts I've been thoroughly enjoying this week for preparation to this. And then in general is going to be some people that I listen to all the time. And
very nice. Well, while we have a moment, we're going to, there's Dream. We're just short Garland right now. That's awesome. So take a moment to introduce ourselves. I'll throw both of you on mute for a second, and then I'll mute myself after Jen goes. Like I said, I'm Mr. That's what everybody just calls me. I don't care what you call me. Some of you know my real name now. Oh no, I'm going to be found. I run Kinkslayer. Obviously, most of you are here from that at the moment. I hope my other sources have shared you out.
Y'all, can we just take a second to stop him?
Oh, excuse me.
Shush.
We're even. We're even. But at the same
We're gonna
time,
start taking toll.
So I am Mister, and I run this shit show we call Kinkslayer and Monday Munch. I have a pretty solid crew around me.
Yeah.
Have been pretty solid for most of the life, the creation, the whatever.
Of the brand
the
Kinkslayer.
brand.
Yes.
Yeah, so I enjoy doing sex education, kink education. The adult content spotlights are fun. They need to make a comeback. Yeah, so that's me. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm an asshole.
So I'm Juniper Jen, and I'm taking this asshole on a tour this year. He just finally got out our tour dates. I think he can pull them up to share.
Oh, they're not official yet.
But if you don't know me, I make the incredible vloggers on juniperjen.com. And the tour I was speaking of is where we get out and about and go to these different events and pass out free spankings, and we have a really good time. Spankapalooza would be the name of our tour this year. Did I say it right? Yeah. Okay. So I have the Juniper Jen thing going on. I waitress, and then I also partake in making the OnlyFans content. Like, I kind of call it my hobby because I don't have a lot of time and energy to put into that as well as working and then the business. So, but it's okay to have that as a hobby too. And that's going to be my point of view and perspective is marketing within a whole of having all of these things going on in your life.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I covered
JuniperGen.com.
all of my bases, the junipergen.com.
All right. Next we got Soraya.
Hello, I'm the local Canadian and I guess ex-adult content creator now.
Retired from the game, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay. And then, of course, we have Dream. Some of you have met Dream already.
That's an important perspective to have as well, Sora.
Dream.
Don't start that shit with me. Damn it, it's in my head now.
Dream, are you there?
So, Dream is apparently getting ready and potentially, or is planning to come on the screen with us this evening.
Oh my goodness. What a shock. What a pleasant surprise. Garland will be here later. Garland, I'll let him introduce himself, obviously, but he is one of our, he's a pro dom, which is kind of fun. Hi, Emma. Thanks for joining.
Hi.
Feel free to stick around and ask questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff. Harass me.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't harass anybody else on the panel, just me.
I can take it, but
I can dish it out better.
Yeah.
All right, I'm having technical difficulties over here, so I'm sorry if like my audio cuts out or.
Sounds good to me.
You sound loud.
Right now, you guys are going in and out, but I know it's on my end because every time I plug my microphone in, everything goes blank.
Someone wasn't prepared.
It's okay.
I know, I wasn't either.
You weren't
I'm never
either.
You change the platform every time you have a weird platform mood swing, okay?
Right. Emily made it. Awesome. I'm glad you made it, Emily. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful souls.
Feel free
I
to
will
introduce
admit,
yourselves.
If anybody's on my Facebook page, I know you did too, but I just put up that not gonna lie thing so that people can just anonymously text me bullshit all the time.
Yep. Hello, and we have the beautiful Ray just popped up. Hi. Dream, go ahead and introduce yourself. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Hi, I'm Dreamweaver. I am the local sadist and the fun one of the group. They're all gonna disagree with me.
I was gonna say you didn't hear us laughing, but I'm sure you could see it.
What the fuck is what I said?
Carry on.
Fun.
But I have a whole bunch of fun things I'm going to talk about today because I am also the dress up doll of the group. And I have so many different items of dress up that goes so far into my marketing and everything. So it's, yeah, the Lima Bean guys. Hi, I love you.
The lima bean guy.
Yeah, we bonded over love and hate of lima beans. That's why our community works, because one of us makes up for what the other lacks.
Yep. Emily, so yeah, it is a little bit late. We tend to start at 9, which is 9:30 our time, so we're an hour behind you.
But ice cream.
But ice cream was more important, and I don't know what time management is. All my midnight releases are either at midnight,
And
10
a
minutes
nap
before,
today.
2 hours ago, 2 hours after, whatever.
Ice cream and naps. We were busy being adults.
All right. Dream, anything else, love?
I
We
like
keep
lima
interrupting
beans,
you.
by
I'm
the
sorry.
No, I'm good. I think that I've discussed myself and offended you guys enough.
Haven't begun to offend. Okay, cool. This is a good question. We'll get to that in just a second. Emma, let's introduce Ray.
Sorry, I was muted.
You go.
Hi, I'm Ray. Hi.
Hi.
Ray
So
tends to
eloquent.
get froze up a little bit sometimes.
And my words aren't wording very well tonight, but I'm trying.
It's all right. We'll get you there. We'll get you through it. That's right. Grown-up things, but naps. That's right. Naps are important. Ray,
Would you like an introduction from
Yeah,
us?
I gotcha. So Ray is our polyamorous, pansexual parent of the panel. Our alliteration is fun here. It kind of gives you the insight to, she's also a youth advocate, which is a very important insight when it comes to things that we do talk about in some aspects. I mean, not everything we're going to relate to children and teens and stuff like that, but there's always something,
It's very important. What we're doing is being noticed too. Whether
it's always important to have a parent's perspective as to how this stuff happens, and not necessarily with the kids, but the things that you endure as a parent when trying to be a content creator or a kink aficionado, or I used that word because I saw it a minute ago. Things like that. So I'm glad to have that.
That's what that
too.
words mean. Cool, thanks. I waited patiently and my answer came.
All right, so real quick before we get Garland and such, I think Garland's here now. Yep, Garland's here. We'll introduce him. Emma,
Ray's got a finger up.
Oh, Ray got a finger up. Finger it, Ray.
Just wanted to ask if I could show off my new accessory really quick.
Oh,
Fucking show it off.
beautiful.
So let me hide that so it introduces us a little bit more.
Love
Fuzzy on
it.
the inside.
Very nice, very nice. All right, and Mr. Garland, Lord Maxwell, would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
You're muted.
There we go. Mic's on now. I can see the glow.
And go.
Lord Maxwell from Sanctuary Studios, professional dom during the day, assistant club manager at night. Apologies for being late. I had to take care of some stuff here on my end.
There's no such thing as late.
Oh, nope. This was late. This was late even by my schedule.
Yeah, is that keeping it short and sweet tonight?
Pretty much, yep.
Okay, works for me. So, important question came through, kind of get started with some viewer questions, and I love doing that. So please ask away. Emma asked, I'm newly unemployed and curious about getting into cyber sex work. Besides your channel, what are some good resources to get started? Want to drop some of your podcasts real quick?
Sure, I'll pull my phone out.
All right, so
oh my goodness. Girl, let me turn you on to some podcasts. I can hear Dream's eyes rolling into the floor right now. I hear them. But I really have enjoyed It's called On the Horizon. It's just on my Spotify, but she does have a YouTube channel. And so she hosts this thing called Sex Work CEO. And the 6 or 8 episodes that I've listened to so far have really opened my eyes and broadened my horizons to a lot of things going on in the industry. And Misty's going to put it in the thing for us. And just so how I found this was by going on here and typing OnlyFans in. And I like the pun horizon. I'm punny too. I have my title of being a craft whore. So I just started listening to her and I really got turned on to her especially. And then I went to her website today and she's really hot. So what's her name? Hold on. I think it's Melrose Michaels. You're gorgeous. And I like what you're doing and all the things you're saying. But listen, pull that question back up. That's a loaded question.
Besides
That's
our
like
channel,
a
what are
baked
some good
potato.
resources?
While
she's thinking, I'll go ahead and plug another hole for a friend of ours, Kink Your Way. She is a kink life coach, so she does a lot of stuff with that.
Also has a podcast.
Has several podcasts actually. She has some that are not kink related, but also very important for like small business and stuff like that. Of course, you have this shit show once every other week now. We've cut that schedule down to every other week for now. We're also going to have a deeper look in with Dream soon into the sadist side of things. Our spinoff show, The Peep Show, that's going to be fun. Loving BDSM is another good one. American Sex. Now, these are all more kink related than anything. I don't know. So I generally just listen to like people talk about content creation. It correlates. So I mean, you can transfer it over really. Like I mean, if you're listening, I listen to Gary Vee and he talks about marketing and how to market your business and your brand and all that stuff. And we'll dive a little deeper into it. But that's essentially all this is making your brand known to the world.
Another one that I really, really like is called the Gold Digger Podcast. And she's not necessarily adult content related, but she's an adult who has a small business. I think she's a photographer, and now she does her podcasts and runs online courses on how to run your business. And
there you go.
She's good stuff too. I really like. Super inspiring and motivating, especially if you need that, or
Kink Street Gaming is nice.
Yeah, various conventions. I do know DomCon and AVN do host a couple here and there for those coming into the industry, whether it be OnlyFans, Fansly, Just for Fans, Just for Clips, or even the individual self-promotion that some of us do on our own. They do offer workshops and lectures on how to do your base pricing on what images, like what guidelines you should follow. For example, being every X amount of photos that are public, how often do you do pay-per-view content behind that same type of paywall? And it goes into this, it covers from price range to video length to how many photos are in a set group.
Different ideas for content that y'all could like create. There's all kinds of really awesome things going on at these, what's the word, Garland? Conventions.
So another thing you can honestly look at, OnlyFans has a blog. Now, they're not going to talk specifically about adult content creators and stuff like that, but they are talking to the base that they have. They kind of know how to word things without having to put explicit stuff out there. I just had another one in my head.
Working the algorithm, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. How to push their stuff along. There's another one I've been watching grow a little bit. It's Unfiltered without an E, and it looks like it's a social media type, Facebooky deal for creators. I say that loosely because it's for adult content creators. But you go to the site and it doesn't necessarily lay that out there. But that's another good. There's tons of good resources. As a matter of fact, if you would like, I can put together a little drive that has some of these links and stuff like that, and I can drop it in either the description or on my actual Kingslayer Facebook.
Okay. Can I interrupt? I'm interrupting. Moo,
Surely
interrupting
not.
cow. If you really want Mister to do these things, you're gonna have to hound him.
Harass me for it. I'll do it.
He will do it though.
If you irritate me,
But
enough,
like
I'll do
him
it.
saying that means absolutely nothing unless you really follow up with him and are like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck? Give me that shit."
Goodness.
Then you can give him hit bats. Everybody ran away.
Well, Dream said she had something going on. Soraya just poofed. Ray had something going on. Life. So Emma says, please. Okay, Emma, you said please. That doesn't work, but I'll try to remember.
It does work.
It does work.
Because that gets me involved.
I'm going to keep my inside thoughts inside now. We got this. Harassment is the best. Harassing me always works.
This is
How
going to
do
be
you-
a munch where everyone's rotating out.
Yep, in and out, in and out. You gonna make it?
I'm going to replace the batteries on this real quick, so I'm just going to step away for a quick second, and we're literally right back.
Go for
That
it.
is actually something we can talk about with content creation.
Replacing the batteries.
So before you start your content creation, for instance, you should have all your batteries fresh and in check.
Because nothing sucks worse than making a long video and then having your best friend die on you in midway.
It's
Oh, I
usually
thought you were going to comment about the camera dying.
No.
then it's all just for self pleasure and not money as a professional at that point. I'll be right back.
You know what? If you do something you love, you'd never work a day in your life. So give me just a second. I want to give you guys some actual statistical knowledge real quick because I am a bit of a nerd at a lot of times. Let's not even try to fucking play.
nerd out.
I nerd the fuck out on very specific data and stuff like that. Let me find my notes. See, I'm a nerd, but I'm not organized. So, you know what? We're just gonna wing this shit because I know how to bullshit everybody. Essentially, it comes down to the adult entertainment market, and this includes pornography, cam shows, OnlyFans, adult content creators across all platforms, is estimated to be a $98 billion industry by 2030. And that's fucking massive.
That's a piece of pie, baby.
Okay, I'm back.
Delicious piece of pie.
Absolutely. So, I mean, when it comes to it, the money is there. Absolutely, it is there for adult content creators to make, and it's a lot so I'm polyamorous. To me, money is a lot like love. To me, there's not a finite resource. I just have to find the right bit, and then I can get my fill. It's not going to run out. Just because I'm making money doesn't mean you're not going to make money. And then you come into collaboration and stuff like that. So, exactly, it's a cyber extension of the oldest profession. People have been fucking longer than they've been eating. So, yeah. And you'll also learn I'm not a very censored person. I kind of just speak. I quit playing the algorithm game a long time ago, and hey, it fucking paid off this week. Those guys, I have gained over 1,000 followers in 2 to 3 days.
Y'all is ridiculous.
Yeah, the only time I've ever been really successful with the algorithm game was fucking TikTok of all things.
No, TikTok's a whole different beast.
That
it
really is.
I can have a cigarette right now because I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff. I go on TikTok, they're like, your shit's restricted. We're not sharing you out. Whoever's here is here, and you're just fucking stuck with it.
I would like to make the addition that I don't think TikTok's really a place for everybody.
Nope. It is a place for the select few that make them money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It truly is.
And that's kind of, it gets gross on that aspect.
So I got fucked up sidetracked because the overlay chat goes from top to bottom. The chat over here.
Yeah, I noticed that on this end. I was like, wait a minute. I started scrolling down to get most recent. I'm like, that's the beginning.
say it with your chest, Emma. Say, fuck censorship. We don't have an FCC here. It's about the most useless thing in the world right now, honestly, the FCC.
Yeah.
So I do wonder how that works. Do you guys see... I know it's kind of related, but do you guys see that changing? I mean, the FCC is, they won't let me be, or let me be me, so...
I was thinking it.
But it also said, do you think that's going to become something where they try to find ways to censor the internet like they have radio and TV?
They're always going to try that. They're always passing around like, oh, we have this proposal, but then that proposal just becomes obsolete within 5 minutes. So,
well, you look at like Texas, Kansas, North Carolina, where we're at. They've all started to ban or require age verification for pornography. I can assure you, there are like 2 sites that I know of that I've done research that are actually enforcing that. The rest I could go right to, no questions, no bother, no issue. So I mean, it becomes these companies are saying, "Fuck you, you can't infringe on my rights. I have a right to a freedom of expression. If someone says they're 18, then they're fucking 18. It's not my problem."
I mean, at best, they can try to do the verification thing that we see on most adult sites right now. For those of you at home watching, or whether you're watching on your mobile device or being awesome with an Apple TV, certain states are now requiring ID verification for something as simple as Pornhub. And we actually talked about this, I think it was 4 or 5 episodes back.
Your memory's better than mine. I don't remember what we talked about last week.
Yes, we totally did.
I wasn't here last week, so I can't quote anything.
Okay.
We totally touched on this subject a little bit.
I do, Emily, I'd love to like talk to you privately, unless you want to like explain in all the comments and stuff there how that works differently, how you don't get that money for in Canada. Soraya is not here with us at the moment, and that's a shame.
Sora said that it's being glitchy on the phone and keeps freezing up, so Sora can't join tonight.
Yeah, it's I have noticed that. I used it on the phone the other day, and a lot of people were telling me like it was saying my video feed was interrupted a lot. So, all right. So, one thing I am big on is you don't have to censor yourself here. I mean, don't say like gross things, like illegally gross things. But yeah, you could say porn. It's okay. The worst they're going to do is not put me out there to be seen.
And keep us from getting monetized, that's all.
Mm.
Which is why we should work on merch.
Oh, yeah, we've got tons of ideas there. I think merch is going to be a fun thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brett says Texas, North Carolina, Alabama currently. Now, while I do think it's kind of silly that they're requiring this, at the same time, if you join OnlyFans, you have to verify your identification. Yep. So, like, either way, I'm not in disagreement with it. I feel like it should be more of a grandfather thing, a grandfather clause. These major corporations that have been established for decades, why are you changing their rules? They're your biggest. That's one of the biggest industries we have in America.
Well, I'm pretty sure with how much money was made off of like Fansly's and OnlyFans before they started doing the age verification, there were a lot of individuals on there that were not of age.
Yeah,
that's the only logical thing that would make sense. But until we see that statistical data, we won't know.
First asshole thought of the day: if you're underage getting on a site like that and you get your ass trafficked, you're a fucking idiot. I really think that if you're stupid enough to try to show your body off because you're fucking 16 and grown and something happens to you, 1, you have shitty parents, but 2, okay, that's a good one.
To pad this little discussion Mister's trying to spit out if you're a minor, you are not mentally ready to start exploring this scene. Stay in school, don't do drugs, listen to your teacher. Unless he's telling you to do bad things, and then please tell another adult, at least 10 of them. Okay,
Emily, that's
anyway.
funny that you actually just accidentally hit 9 because that's how a lot of people actually do censor the word porn is by putting a 9 instead of an O. Emma, to keep us kind of on topic right now before we dive deeper into things, branding. So your brand, so like me, Kingslayer. I thought of it one day. I used to be a huge Game of Thrones fan before they ruined the whole thing, and I was just a Jaime Lannister fan, right? I mean, I know like one of the worst characters to love, but I loved his whole redemption arc and what he represented. And they called him Kingslayer, and then I was like, I like to educate people about sex and kink and all this other stuff and relationships. And I was like, hey, how about Kinkslayer? It works out. Yep. And as Kinkster Gaming, there, we'll keep that one a secret of who that one is. As
We all know that's me.
shh, don't tell anybody. No, so yeah, it is your own logo, your own trademark, and stuff like that. That really matters. But also deeper than that, that is literally branding. But then you look at who you are as a brand. So you said you're kinky, BW, trans femme. So that is a market. That's part of your appeal. That's part of who you are.
Get the computer out.
So,
Yeah,
go ahead.
that goes as far as like acquiring a domain name for your own website, getting your information registered. Like example, I work at Sanctuary Studios in Los Angeles. Sanctuary Studios is completely trademarked from the way our name is on the business to its format, its font, the colors that we use. Every last thing is trademarked. That way it can protect us so that if someone happens to like, oh, I like this stock photo that's not a stock photo, we can take legal action against them.
I do want to pop something up real quick. So I used to have a site that ran articles and stuff like that. To me, it got tedious, and I was not taking very good care of it. And as any relationship you have that you're not taking care of, you should end it. I shut that down. So now the Kinkslayer.com goes to it's Popple. It's like a business version of Linktree. So when you go here, you'll see like my name, the contact, the uncensored forum. Then you've got a link to Monday Munch, and then ways to contact me. That's just what I've done with it. A lot of people tend to do that. I know a few content creators that have their name. Yeah, there's a private chat there. They put their name as, so like, obviously with something like adult content creation, you wouldn't want to use your actual name unless you're comfortable with that. But, EmmaWalter.com, or, I could put MikeHartman.com if I wanted to go into less adult content stuff. Oh no, I said my own name.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you really, fuck, I keep losing my train of thought. So branding is going to come down to who you are, what represents you, as with my logo that you guys have seen on my Facebook and everywhere else. That is, if you ever see that in public on a sticker, that means when you see that, you're going to be like, oh, that's Mr. That's Kinkslayer, that's Monday Munch, it's all that stuff. So that's what you become known for. Yep, Emily, the name goes into a lot. Jabber, absolutely having a same name, and it does come down to having like the same name. Now I break this rule a little bit because I'm only mainly active on Facebook and YouTube. But even then, if you look at them, they're very different. You can find me the same way, but my Instagram is Mr. Kinkslayer. My YouTube is at Mr. Kinkslayer. But you go to TikTok, and I think it's Kinkslayer Official. I'm breaking that rule.
A thing with adult creators is we tend to get banished from platforms because of the content we are sharing can be a little bit blah to some, and we can't fight it that we shouldn't have posted that. So we get our accounts taken down.
Can I give an example of such content?
If you want to.
Good, because I'm dying over here. Oh, what happened?
Yeah, you're trying to launch with OBS Studio instead of your actual cam. make sure you've got OBS Studio and the virtual camera enabled. Well, Dream's figuring that out. Great, carry on.
A really good idea is to have more than one of these accounts, but keep that same name. For instance,
So Juniper
we
Jen.
yeah, okay, we'll use my name. That's easier.
So
I can say
Juniper
that.
Jen. Like, so somebody already had Juniper Jen, but Juniper Jen Shop is your main.
Mm-hmm.
So you may want to make one that says Juniper Jen Shop Spicy, where you share more risque things that could get you banned.
Or cosplay, because I like to do face painting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have recently started dipping my toes into the feet content. So we will be starting
See
a
what you did there.
Juniper Jen feet. I don't know. I want to call it something better than that. So guys, help me out with that. Yeah, it's really good to have these different ones and then try to keep that main one. Behave yourself on that main one so that you can keep that. And then another really good thing that I don't want to dive too deeply in, but I have to put it out there, is email marketing. Because at the end of the day, there's an ass on my screen.
I'm gonna get into that in a second.
At the end of the day, some platforms can disappear.
Got it covered.
Thank you. Some platforms can disappear, and if you have your email marketing set up and you are touching base with these people and that sensitivity, like having somebody's email in this day and age that's really something. So
yep.
definitely look into email marketing. There's lots of information on it for you guys to look and listen to and learn about.
So we'll touch on this in a little bit, but the platforms, the platforms are not fair. I could assure you. We can get to Dream's story in just a second, but the platforms are not fair. If you have 100 followers, you will be punished severely for posting certain things. If you have 100,000 followers, they're going to look the other way a little bit. It's honestly it's a who you know club. You know, if you're one of those famous folks, you might accidentally post a picture of your dick online and be like, oh shit, and then it's like, oh well, don't do that again. We're going to take that down for right now, but you carry on. Like when I first got started, I posted it was one of the spotlights, and when I posted that, I got fucking banned for 24 hours, like immediately. So what the fuck? But now, I mean, if you look at my page, there's ass, there's tits. My best friend, so sneaky. I had to show Jen. I was so proud of him. There's a picture of my best friend's dick all out. Like, it's right there in the photo threads. But the way it is, I mean, I have 16,000 followers.
That was good stuff. That's good stuff.
But
you can find it.
It's shaded in such a way that you have to really kind of open the picture to look at it really good and get an idea. But he didn't get banned for it. So, I mean, it just depends on where you're posting, what you're posting, and all that stuff. But go ahead, Dream.
Are we still trying to get banned, or are we done trying to get banned? Because I'm about to get us banned.
Well, we're not trying to get banned, but we're talking about how you can get banned.
Can I take my clothes off now?
Are you naked? Oh, fuck yeah, you can take your clothes off. That's not gonna get
I've been sweating.
The entire thing went silent.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
we're not getting undressed.
It's fucking 80 degrees, and I was waiting here in a fucking hoodie. Look at this shit.
Why would you have done that?
Is how you get banned on social media. It is also how you make a lot of fucking money.
Absolutely.
Because if you do stuff like this, you're gonna get banned.
So something.
But you're also gonna have a great time.
Like, I'm not gonna pull it up on screen because we will actually get fucking in a lot of trouble for this.
There's some great tits over there. Wow.
So looking at my Instagram right here, I'm looking at a specific account right now that pops up always. The first video is a girl
Jesus,
walking
they're
through
all
her.
out.
She's walking through her little kitchen. She got no pants on at all. The second one on their feed, girl has a see-through shirt on. I can see both of her nipples. They're making eye contact with me. You know, like it's. But the way this brand gets away with this, and I found this out, and they're pretty fucking clever, is I bet you most of these have not been up very long. 2 weeks. So this one's been up 2 weeks. The newest one has been up 10 hours. So every few weeks or so, they clear their feed. And then they upload more. So by the time the algorithm gods could possibly figure it out, it's gone. Like, what can you report, you know? But they also have 156,000 followers. So Instagram's going to kind of go away from that.
So you want to show your outfit off again?
Oh, yeah, show that shit off.
Oh, if I actually showed off, we might actually get banned.
Can we see your hoo-ha? Your
I hope
vagina?
not. I really hope not. You can
Everything's-
definitely see my ass. My ass there is no ass on this thing, as you guys well know.
Well, see, now everybody's just fucking curious.
Now your butt's
You know?
going to get cold.
You know what I say? Roll the fucking dice and see what happens. Holy shit, yeah.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
Why you want me to turn around? I really doubt we'll be on the air after that.
Fuck it, we'll find out.
Looking
You
good,
know,
Dream. Looking
This
good.
is a fashion show. It is for education purposes. We are showing the unique design of this thing. Therefore, I've made it educational. There you
Yeah.
go.
We'll make it educational and seeing how much we can get away with that without getting banned. Then
Right.
everyone will have a guideline because when
Right.
stream stops, they can play the last minute.
Sarah says that outfit is fire. Hell yeah, it is. That is nice. That is nice. That's a good thigh. We'll cover our bases by saying that. That's a good thigh.
Yeah.
Good job.
I got some nice thighs.
You really do. For a slim girl, like your thighs are fucking phenomenal.
Yes. Yeah, I think I got some nice thighs. It's like the only thing I got, and I didn't even have those
Could
until
horse kick a man out of a wet dream. So does anybody else have anything to add before we actually carry on discussing the actual platforms and how to do some things on there for these people?
Oh, this was absolutely me starting this discussion
Okay. Cool.
about how to
Yeah.
get on platforms and do things. So, thank you. Oh my God, I love you. So things like this, doing this kind of content takes a lot of confidence that is really hard to like get started and build up, even if you think that like, hey, I can do this. Absolutely.
Time out. Emma's asking what I said. I don't know if she didn't hear me or she just wanted me to say it again. I said, with legs like that, Dream could horse kick a man out of a wet dream. So, but yeah, so confidence is very key. So what you're saying, this is a fundamental thing before you even get to platforms. Go ahead, Dream.
Yeah, confidence is a good thing to have. Doing little stunts like this, and that's what this was. This was a little stunt. Because apparently people, I have learned recently, think that I dress up in this weird shit all the time. I usually don't. I would love to actually do it, but it is inconceivable to breathe in this thing, actually. Yeah, it's definitely, that's exactly what I wanted. Because everybody in getting into content is like, do I be my authentic self? Do I do all this other shit that's like, do I need my body a certain way? Do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need the outfits? And it's like, you do what you want. There is going to be a person out there for everything. And the comments I've gotten about how fake I am is fucking hilarious because I do this shit because I want to. Yeah, the hair is fake. I got called a guy earlier. I literally have people coming around and saying, your hair is fake. You must be a guy. You're a guy wearing a dress. Fuck off.
You a
I
chicken?
had a dick. You really think I'd be dressing like this? Abso-fucking-lutely. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is be wild. Put yourself out there. Don't do it for anyone else, first of all. Because when I was doing this for everyone else, I was suffering. But I'm sorry, I'm going off on. Is that a bubble gun? I'm going off on a rant here. Yeah, be yourself and be real. I'm sorry, I'm going on a fucking rant.
Oh yeah, that part.
Exactly.
Do your thing.
This is the one I meant to pull up, but he
Do
popped in
what
just
you
now.
wanna do.
So
If I
now-
was a guy in a dress, I would be a hot guy in a dress. Okay.
exactly, I'd check you out.
I agree.
If you had a
I'd
wiener,
check
I
me
wouldn't do you, but
Okay,
you know,
so I'm
the wiener's where I draw the line. I think, like, you know, let's discuss that real quick, because by no means I've been called transphobic before, but by no means am I transphobic or phobic of any kind. I draw the line at a wiener. I don't know, like, what that makes me. Like, if you're hot, you're fucking hot. Like, I've got some trans women on my page that I look at every photo thread going, damn. But I know what's hiding there, and it's just like, that's not for me. I just want to.
It ain't for you, but it is for me.
There you go. See, and that's nothing wrong with that either. Like, I fucking love. That's what I love about all of us. We're all fucking.
That's what
different.
I'm saying.
You know, I'm down for it. But you do know. Well, I do know that she does.
You can
anal.
watch me eat my cake.
You know that?
What?
I do at least know she does anal. It's the only option. So, you know, possible. Not out of the not out of the realm. Just, you know.
Good to know.
So Dream and Garland, and matter of fact, Jen, if somebody doesn't have that confidence, I know that years ago it probably would have been pretty hard for you to stand up in an outfit like that, huh, Dream?
Yeah. Now I
So-
get to walk around and stuff like this.
So how do you develop that kind of confidence, though? I mean, is it just exposure? Is it just dealing with it yourself, or
That journey
that's a
can
heavy
look
question.
so different for everybody, though.
So I have a biased answer.
okay? Let's hear the biased answer.
You got to remember, 5 years United States Marine Corps. So I am heavily desensitized to what other people think of me. I don't give a fuck what they think about me. Difference is, Mister is like this naturally, apparently, and this had to be taught within me, and I never let go of it.
It did take a lot of trauma, to be honest, but you know, I hit it hard from like 9 to 11. 9/11 really, you know, solidified my not caring, not the date, the age I was in, but still. But carry on. Sorry.
But what I do know is that for a lot of people, it depends upon what you're going through. It honestly does. I mean, for me, I don't really have anything to lose except my own name and reputation. I am one of few male doms that work at the studio, and I set the bar for what I think we're supposed to be held to. Yeah, our content isn't as great because, yeah, most people think BDSM, they think women than they do men. So I don't really do that well in that market, but I do manage to survive. It just takes a lot of extra work on my part as a complete fucking tool of a guy. As for my colleagues, they make this shit look like fucking Sunday brunch, just easy, snap your fingers, and they're making money. But I've also seen the other side of it where they start sweating over this client wants me to dress like this client wants me to make this type of content that I normally make. What do I do? And some of them back out of it because it's outside their comfort zone. That's perfectly okay. Now, I will argue there is more money to be made with the request type clientele. There's a market for almost any and everything. And the way I see it, and this is where my bias comes in because I'm not the one getting these requests on a regular basis. If you're getting a request for something that's outside your norm, that's full reason for you to charge extra for it if you decide to do it. That's perfectly reasonable. You're the one making that content. You're the one having to go through the motions of doing everything. Yeah. Get as much out of it as you can within reasonable means.
I absolutely agree. Dream, Princess, anything to help build confidence? Obviously, it's not like an absolute answer for anybody, but
Could do what I'm doing right now and look at naked pictures of yourself and be like, damn.
That's one of my favorite pastimes is looking at naked pictures of yourself and some other selves.
Yep.
So
That's a lot of help.
when we talked about gaining this confidence in a lot of previous episodes, we talked about how all of the girls and Mister have come together and kind of built each other up, and that good community standard, like, oh my god, I got this done today. Oh my god, I wore these stockings, these heels, something that I never would have done before. All those little victories for like one of us or the other one inspires the rest of us to take those leaps. And that's how we went from being like down here with our confidence to slowly laddering ourselves up here. And one day I want to be all the way up here.
you will be. You're working on it.
And we're getting there. We're getting there. We went to New Orleans. I got on a plane by myself. I
It
flew
wasn't a
out
Boeing, so
for
you made it
one
the whole
fucking
way.
day to an entire city, 17 states away from me, to go and smack some ass.
That's right.
And that's where I met Garland, who I love very much.
Oh.
But, like, if I had never taken that first step and grown with you guys, I would have never gotten to go to my dream destination. Haha, dream destination. But I've been wanting to go do this shit since I was 16, and it's like, oh my god, my life is finally being fulfilled, and it's all because I gained that confidence. Together.
I like this question, though. I'm going to give my take on it just a little bit. Emily asked if there's one thing you would recommend to building confidence without having friends or a group, knowing you're hard on yourself dealing with weight loss. Well, the hard part about that is no one can make you feel better about yourself. It's something that you have to start to understand and believe. Hi, Mr. I've been an addict of things before. I've been a shitty person before. Up until I met this one, I was the most unethical fucking person you probably ever met. But taking time to myself and reflecting on the things where I fell short was a big key in making that progress. Because as I looked at things going, wow, that was really shitty of me, I should do this next time. Or, wow, they liked that I did this way. I felt good doing that. Let me try that. Or I like this outfit on me. Look, I've had depression weeks where I don't change clothes. Let's be honest. I've had those. And it's because the outfit looked fucking great. And I was like, I'm going to keep wearing this. Looks good. Even if I didn't go anywhere, I was like, I want to look good. I want to look in that mirror and I want to see me looking good. And then I would change something of that outfit and like, still look pretty fucking good. You know, it's making those little changes. And Jabber says,
Now, thank goodness he has somebody who steals his laundry and fucking washes it.
So it does cut off just a little bit. It says, I learned a long time ago not to care what others think, be myself and have fun doing it. I even have done a full strip tease and full drag down to a tuxedo pouch in front of others, in front of a sold out theater. That's fucking awesome. I don't think I have
This is a new term for me. It shouldn't be.
Tuxedo pouch?
I'm sure I've heard it. Is you put your wiener in
Yeah, you know, a little G-string, got a little tuxedo.
there? Yeah. Aww.
And Jersey was fun, Tony.
Yes.
That would absolutely be a good time to get all together again. But it's the little things. It really is. I mean, if you don't like the way you look today and it's a weight loss thing, you know, I told my 10-year-old the other day. He was talking about somebody calling him fat at school. I was like, well, do you think you're fat? He was like, well, kind of. I was like, well, you need to fix that. You know, you can take the criticism if you'd like. Don't take it harshly. But if it's something that you feel is still true within yourself, work on it. Eat one less snack a day. Drink more water a day. Cut the sugar. Cut out whatever it is, or just be more active. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to be super slim if you want to be. You're not going to be muscular if you want to be. It's not going to happen overnight. But it is going to happen if you do put the work in. The time's going to pass anyway.
So can I take the slightly gentler approach to this?
Go for it.
You know. So one of the problems I had with my medical condition was that with all the sleep I had gotten, I had lost a lot of weight. And everybody, like on the opposite side of that, everybody's like, oh my God, you're so skinny. I wish I was. Like, I have not eaten for days at some points in time. I just got excited yesterday because I got new pairs of pants. Because for the first time in like 7 years, I gained some weight. It's little victories that will bring it all together. And like, I can't decide what those victories are for you. If you're being hard on yourself and if you're trying to lose weight, you know, first off, the worst thing you can do, and I know this is going to be really contradictory, is step on the scale all the time, because you're going to be upset about the fluctuations up and down, even though your weight changes on a daily basis because of water weight and everything else. Like, your weight's not going to be consistent throughout the day. It's going to disperse differently from when you wake up in the morning towards the end of the day. And that's something that I learned myself. So start with, what is one thing that you would like to help your weight? Do you want to go on a diet? Do you want to work out more? Do you want to just, take a couple more steps around the house every day? There's so many different ways that you go about losing weight. And, sometimes it's even like you don't even have to like go on a diet. Just changing the way you eat things, like breaking your meals into smaller little bits, can help with that. I am no dietitian and everybody's body works differently, so that could be something to look into.
Yep.
But
Jibber jabber. That's what I was about to say.
yeah.
Jibber jabber. Jibber jabber.
Jabber jaw.
Jibber jibber jabber. That's a thought I had too, is your clothes and how they fit. I know Mr. made that point already, but that stuff can be important to how you feel about yourself. It is for me.
Above all else, never ever compare yourself to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dream wants to put on weight while you may look at Dream and go, man, I wish I was Dream size.
Yeah.
Like if you start comparing yourself to others, then you're really going to fall out of the game. Build each other up, work together, but never make it a comparison.
And remember that you are always going to be the one that's hardest on yourself, because nobody else can hurt you like you can.
100%.
And I bet your body's banging, so.
I'm going to go take this off. I am literally dying.
Go for it.
Take it off.
Anything you want to add?
Yes,
there,
comparison is a thief of joy.
Absolutely, Brett. Garland, you got anything as far as helping confidence, like without friends or a group surrounding you?
There's nothing wrong with embracing new ideas and concepts that you see online. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The factors you always want to take into consideration, it's going to be pretty redundant here, from your base appearance to your outfit to the environmental setting you're in for what's going to be in the backdrop or what's not going to be there. All of these are going to be factors that are going to either encourage you or make you hesitate. And that's okay. In this line of work, you move at your own pace, but do understand that if you move at a slow pace, it's going to be a prolonged struggle, whereas it's either going to be make or break when you go fast. When you find that right groove that works at a pace for you, It's easy to balance, easy to manage.
Completely agree. Well, Emily, I hope that helped. I hope we kind of, gave you a little guidance there. So to the topic on hand, let's talk specific platforms. We're going to talk about the two best platforms for adult marketing, and although they're the easiest to get away with things and to post things that you want, they may not be the most beneficial, as saturation is a thing. Let's go with Twitter. I refuse to call it the other one. But Twitter's a little bit of a different animal. I know, Garland, you spend a lot of time on Twitter, right?
I do.
There you go. So this might be something you have a little more knowledge than myself.
So when it comes down to Twitter, knowing what tag handles you want to put your content under is going to be not a make or break, but it's going to either make the entire process easy or it's going to make it more difficult. Because the right tag gets you the right views, the wrong tag gets you no views. That's how it's pretty much going to work. That's basic standard right there. Brain work, come on, brain. There we go. Sorry, I'm multitasking while also talking. Sorry. With Twitter, you see a bunch of content creators, and Twitter has zero filter for now. We will see how that changed. We all remember what happened to Tumblr. You can find preview videos. You can find full-blown videos out there in the public forum, and while that's also awesome, depending what the content is, it's also disheartening. Because that's a clear sign that I'm doing so well with my content that I can put out an entire 5 to 10 minute video. Hell, one I saw was over 20 minutes of content on Twitter. And the only reason why this individual did that was because she was doing so well with her content sales. And it was a massive boost to her confidence, which props to you, but understand you just completely demoralized several of your own colleagues. And then it also branches out into content collaboration with other content creators. There is the market is going to keep expanding for all the potential ideas, the type of content you can put out, what people are going to like, what people aren't going to like. It's always going to be an uphill battle. And some people make it look easy, and others simply save face in public and have the breakdown behind a closed door. With the way Twitter's, I almost said titter. Oh, might as well be. With the way Twitter's algorithm works, even a couple of the bigger content creators still get shadow banned for our line of work. That's common. What a standard protocol is to have a primary account and have a second account. Make sure you trademark your shit so someone can't fish and claim that they are you. Because I know several Fendoms who they're the type of individuals like, you want my attention, you get my attention by giving me money and you buy me these things. Well, I know several of them who have had fake accounts pop up and they've lost potential money from actual clientele to the fake accounts.
In a non-adult way, when I go through my Facebook Reels, I follow like Taco, and then I was 40 years old before I knew this kind of thing, but I see so many of those like that I don't follow, and I'm like, God, no, I follow you. It's just people are going to steal your content. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can really do about that. The watermarks and stuff help, but that's something, we'll talk more a little bit about privacy there in just a bit. Something else I can say about Twitter is share for share groups. They are a bit saturated, but they're also a little bit underrated. If you find the right creator in there and not somebody that's just claiming that they do great content and they have all these people and all this stuff, you find the right one and you collaborate or you share each other out or you communicate in that way, that is going to help you get in front of their fans. They're getting in front of your fans. You might be able to collaborate later with content. And also don't be afraid to interact with these people. It's not just, the goal isn't, well, the goal is to get a lot of we'll call them clients, a lot of subscribers. But when you're on these platforms trying to get yourself out there, the goal is to be yourself, like to give your personality out there, interact, retweet something that's not sexual, reply to somebody that's said a funny joke or ask a question or whatever. Just be a part of the community, because as it goes with us, that's important to us too. I've got people that just watch, and that's fine if you just watch, whatever. But I prefer that you're in here talking to us, having a good time, interacting with us and making us understand that you want to be seen and we want to see you. That's as far as I go. I don't really use Twitter much these days. I got off of it after Psycho bought it.
OnlyFans is a great platform.
It is. That's a whole different algorithm. I don't even know if they have like regular social feeds anymore. I think you have to be subscribed to people to be able to see stuff. And there are free accounts and stuff like that. But the biggest one that I've read about or listened to podcasts and stuff about is Reddit. So Reddit is the not so chaotic sister of 4chan. I don't know if anybody knows what 4chan is. It's a fucking chaotic, lawless land that no one should ever go to. But with Reddit, you can join all these subreddits. You can do things. So like if you're a MILF, there are MILF subreddits. There are outdoor photo subreddits. There are blonde subreddits. There's something for everybody on Reddit. But the key to I don't have her name right now, but the key to the content creator I was listening to the other day on a podcast was she's like, oh natural mama. That's her username. And she's like, I'm myself. She's like, I'm not just out promoting constantly. It's, she's like, yes, I flood these subreddits with my links and stuff like that, where they're allowed because they all have different rules. But she's like, also, I make jokes. I say hi. I talk back to somebody that says something in the comments. And she's like, just replying to people has gone farther for her subscription than anything. Treating people as people. And that's what OnlyFans, and that's what a lot of people that aren't in the adult content industry or the adult industry at all, they don't understand that. They think it's, well, why would I pay to see it when I can Google it? But you don't have that personal connection.
That's
Even
funny.
if somebody's mentioning your account, like I could absolutely be over here on Jen's account, managing it for her, messaging people back, dropping the photo for her, but I know her. I know what she's going to do, what she's going to want. But I also know that it's going to help because I'm talking to Blowjob Guy 69 and he wants a video like that. So you make him feel special. You've got the JOI videos are really popular.
What the fuck is that?
Jerk off instructions.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But a lot of these people want to connect with you to feel seen, to feel like they're a part of your life. And that's where the biggest influence is going to come with any of these platforms, honestly.
I'm going to be kind of a dick here and say that it's funny that you're saying it like these people want to be a part of your life and they want to get to know you. Where if you bump into the same people on the streets sometimes, and I've gotten this before, why would I take you out on a date when I can see what I want on OnlyFans for $5?
Well,
Nope.
some people are going to be like that, and those are going to be your best $5 fans, and those aren't going to be the people that you're going to go out on dates with.
Oh, no, I just think it's ironic.
Well, I mean,
It is. The irony is.
But to me, I look at that in a different way as like you just dodged a big fucking red flag. If they were just there to get some ass and they wanted to just see you naked, then congratulations, they got to see it. You still got some money. We're good. and you don't have to deal with that. Photos, thirst traps, OnlyFans, cosplays, like all that stuff, it adds up. It really does. Like I've got Wizard Sleeve or something is her name, and every time I roll across her on Instagram, I gotta watch her video. I'm like, I think she's hot. She's rather average looking. I mean, she's not some top tier model. She just looks like a girl I could run into the grocery store. And I'm like, fuck yeah, she makes good videos. So I gotta watch them. But that stuff matters. Finding what's going to work for your brand, as Garland said earlier, the brand is what matters. Are you into foot stuff? Maybe not. But do you have pretty feet?
Maybe not. But I'm still in foot stuff.
But you know what I'm saying? Like your clients are going to be there. Your people are going to be there.
So I
just drop by.
I watched a YouTube video a couple weeks ago, and apparently it's become a trend. I sell feet pics on OnlyFans, and they say they're only going to do it for a week, but boy, oh boy, have they figured out real quick that is not something they just want to do for a week.
I'm not one to put names out there, but we've had somebody on the show that's talked about how something they hit about themselves is like the bottom of their belly. And these guys are in the DMs, wanting just that content, just that angle. There's something out there for everybody. And if it's not out there, put it out there.
We talk about it all the time. We got the sexy elbows.
Yep. Oh, yeah, Emily. Definitely, it's more focusing on building fan bases and building bonds. Like when we go out and do our spank tours, we make sales. I mean, we sell floggers and we have a good time, but we're out there just to create a memory.
Mm-hmm.
We may spank so many that we forget who the fuck people are.
Mm-hmm.
We've run into people a year after and they're like, "Hey, you spanked me last year." I'm like, "We sure fucking did."
So much fun.
I have no fucking clue who you are, but hell yeah, we had a good time. But you're making an impact on that person. And it's the same with the server.
That's a thing. People remember us. Did you ever find that guy who took the interview with us at New Orleans?
Are you talking about Sexy Steve? I don't know. Steve, it was Steve.
He had a pretty coat on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a pretty coat on.
I don't know. Sexy Steve, if you see us, we don't know where our video is.
Well, we also didn't look for it, though.
There you go. That's something actually I can link back to this. If you do meet people and collab with them and get to know them, exchange information. I was fucked up on ecstasy, but still, like, I had a good time. I think I gave a good interview. I felt like it was a good one. But, like, I should have thought and had the wherewithal to go, hey, scan my code. Like, see, I've got it set up here. My QR code leads right to my little Popple account that gives you all my contact info. I don't have to do anything. I just pull that up and bam, you can scan it. But that's something to keep key. If you want to get a Popple account, they've got the cool little cards you can tap for people. I can hook you up. I got a deal on them. And I am an affiliate, so I have to let you know that. But, I've got really good deals on that shit too. But yeah, you want to create memories with these people.
And even before you got your little pop-up account, we had the little collectible cards with our boobs on the back of them.
Yep, we've had
gotta catch cards. Them all.
That's right, like an STD, you gotta catch them all.
Wow.
Says I'm gonna go private with my potential partner when she's streaming and have her sing head, shoulders, knees, and toes because it's different. You're right, like it's something different. People. That's a whole thing we're going to get into.
That's a song I can sing.
In our next episode, as a matter of fact, Dream, you were going to kind of be the star of that one with the taboo kinks. But we're going to touch on the age play, and that's something that can come into age play. So we'll deal with that later. But yeah, it's something different. There's something for everybody. And it might be the weirdest shit you've ever heard.
Brett, you should next shower with Head and Shoulders. And that could be a whole nother video.
Mm-hmm.
And sing Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes in the shower. It sounds different and everything.
Oh my God. She knows a lot about doing these bathtub and these shower lives. And you make money off of that too.
Look, my first shower live, I made $80 off of. And I was only in the shower like 6 minutes. I was also doing chores beforehand, and men, let me tell you, women love to watch us do chores. Like I was washing
story.
dishes and fucking gifts were dropping left and right and that shit. And I'm like, what?
I can't believe I sat there and watched you do the dishes. Like,
Right?
what the fuck?
It blows my mind though. But I know, fuck, you remember Nail? You guys remember Nail? I don't know if anybody talks to him anymore or not, but that
Yes.
motherfucker would go out and chop wood and make fucking content off of it. Like,
I liked watching that.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's,
I loved watching you do the dishes because it was getting my dishes done.
but like,
Shirtless. Oh, it was hot. Oh man.
so it really pays to know what the
Wanna do that
people
tonight?
that would be attracted to you, what they would want from you. It's not what you want. That's something you also have to remember. You have to be comfortable with what you do, but you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing it for your clients.
This is definitely a people pleasing position to
It
be
is.
in. Unless you're putting yourself in an unpeople pleasing position in this category, because there are like
Pay pigs. Pay pigs are a big thing, and that's Garland will tell you that's from the Fendom realm. Pay pigs are like a massive thing for them, and that's some people like to be referred to as such.
and just like all of Dallas Cowboy fans, there are people who like to be degraded.
Oh my god. So somebody once offered me $100 to watch a 2-hour movie and insult them the entire fucking time,
That's what I'm saying.
along with the movie.
Yeah.
So the anonymity of the internet has helped people that have very specific kinks find people to help them with those kinks or fetishes.
Mhm. It's
You
fun
could
time.
be, you know what? I remember being like 13, maybe a little older, but there was a fucking website I rolled across because my best friend was an asshole and liked to send me stuff like that. Girl sitting on a cake and farting.
Oh my god, I've seen the cake fart.
I'm like,
Dear
what?
God, that was a thing. I forgot about that, so you fucking mentioned it. God damn.
I love cake farts. I love cake farts. They're just so interesting. I'm speaking too much. Oh no.
All right, so
It's okay. Does anybody else remember? Can I explain it to you, Dream?
cake farts.
Sure. Yeah, you can
Mhm.
explain it to me in great detail, just like the foot job thing.
Should I make a video for you?
Should we pull the Sims up?
I might make a video for you.
Are you gonna make a video?
Yeah,
for it?
give me an instruction guide.
So you go and you either bake a cake or I prefer a store-bought cake. It looks better and that frosting's really gonna blow off. And then they sit on the cake, and that's part of the like intriguingness of this. And they sit on the cake and then they fart. And the fart will usually and should blow a little bit of that frosting out and leave like a fart blow mark. Cake farts.
I see.
Do you see it? I just
Interesting.
it's like interesting.
Oh my
right?
god.
See, luckily that's not an actual link, so it shouldn't get me in trouble. We'll find out. That probably will get me in trouble, but still, yep. There's a whole fucking website of it. Let me make sure I'm sending you guys to the right place if it's still up.
Let me know if I can do that for you guys. I am a very creative person and I like doing these
Yep, still a thing.
weird things.
Still a thing.
Now that looks like an ice cream cake.
But yep, still a thing.
Brr.
Yeah. So it's a thing.
Ice cream cake's gonna cost more, you guys.
So, like I said, with Twitter and Reddit, it's about building a community, making connections with people more so than any other platform. When you look at, let's go with Instagram. Instagram is more advertising than it is brand building. Of course, you get your thirst traps and your theme
Listen.
videos and stuff like that, but that's what leads to that.
Instagram's important.
It is. It's absolutely
Very
important. But like
important.
to me, that's where Reddit and Twitter we're just gonna call it Titter. Reddit and Titter are gonna be your community builders. Like that's where you're gonna find your people to interact with, to make them feel like they matter to you, or to feel like you're a person and not just somebody trying to spam your OnlyFans links. Instagram, a little more. This is what the fuck I do. You know, you can have personality on there, but I always suggest, you know, definitely have multiple throwaway accounts because they will get banned. I've seen people get banned from Twitter for saying, "How was your day?" and then like they'll get a ban from Twitter. Like Twitter's bipolar, or Instagram's bipolar, not Twitter. But Instagram is very bipolar as far as who it bans.
So your character's okay.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's up on the shit anyway, so I'm just going to pull it up either way. Emma says, I have a niche-ish kink that as a 13 to 24-year-old, most of the porn I'd see was never intended to be erotic when it was produced, like movies, clips, TV, adverts, things like that. I found content creators on. That's pretty cool. Linktree is always a good one. Absolutely.
Yeah, I see a lot of people using the Linktree nowadays, and that covers everything from Instagram, Twitter. I've seen Facebook pages. I've seen the orange YouTube. I've seen the red YouTube. For those of you who don't know what orange YouTube is, that's Pornhub, people.
Oh, okay. Look at me being innocent over here. Goddamn.
I've seen the Amazon wish list.
Yes.
Uh,
I have a pretty kick-ass link tree. It's got all my education resources in it that I want my followers to be able to have access to.
Yeah, but typically what I see, though, is on the professional side, you don't just have one, you have two. And you separate everything that is not the profession from the profession. So typically most content creators in our industry, they have a vanilla Facebook, a vanilla Instagram, vanilla Twitter. They have all this for work-related purposes for the vanilla job if they choose to go and get one. And that's typically the stuff that's under their legal name. We'll go with legal name. I was going to say something else. Whereas the professional one is under their stage name. This way, when that company that you do apply to, for example, we'll say you're applying for a finance position within some company or corporation, they're going to run a background check on the email that you use, your phone number, your name, just to see all this information about you. And sometimes when they find those professional accounts, sorry, you don't fit our company image, so we're not going to hire you. There's a whole other point of having that two-sided lifestyle so that you can protect yourself, so you can not just get that hustle on, but also make a living for yourself at the same time.
I personally took a big chance, so I am a part of the Mental Health Association. When I put in my application, when I did my interview, and the email they correlate and correspond with me to is my mr@kinkslayer.com. And we talked about that in my interview, and they're like, what is that? I was like, I believe that, education stems in a lot of different ways. I'm very supportive of the LGBTQ community. I think sex education is important. I think having strong relationships is important, but that's where it all is. And they accepted that. And, I represent myself, and I am always going to be myself. We've talked about before. It's cost me jobs. It'll cost me jobs in the future. It's what I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not. And so that's my approach, though.
That subject itself, we could talk about for a good hour of whether to do that or not, whether to share your personal life with your creator life. What are we doing?
I was shining.
I was poking fun at Mr. through Facebook.
Blinding.
Like a fucking light bulb over here. Uncle Fester.
My God.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jen. I'm sorry.
Mike.
CEO job. I also choose to be very open with who I am and all of the fun things I have going on in my life. Because
That's
I
part about
really got to give it to the people that do keep that separate. That's got to be a difficult task.
I've seen so many headlines where teachers' OnlyFans is discovered.
Yeah,
losing their job.
Yeah, that's a terrible fucking thing that, like I said, we could talk about for a long time.
Look,
Yeah,
if
the God, I started to take a pig shout out. The hassle that comes with having the, we'll say, how do I want to phrase this? The trouble that comes with having the professional and vanilla accounts is that it gets a lot more overwhelming now, or overwhelming in that case, because the lines, after a while, the line starts to blur between, well, as a professional content creator, I'm just showing off my day. That's all. And it starts with something like that, like, oh, I'm here at the beach having fun with my friends. Well, that's something that you would want to keep on the personal side, because you got to remember with the professional accounts and everything, nowadays you have to have waiver and release forms for anyone in the photos that is not you.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment something like that goes up, you're going to get flagged. Your account's going to get frozen on the monetary side of things until that gets taken care of. Either that photo comes down, and in some cases, you still have to submit the liability and release waiver.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the photo's been deleted, it was up there for X amount of time, you still have to go through those hoops. I've seen a lot of people sweat over, well, I got to show my followers this side of me, and I got to show them this side of me. And it starts to take a toll after a while. Now, for some people,
Left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek.
exactly.
Sorry.
For some people, this is very, and I will say this, I know this to be very easy for some people, but a lot of them are super, super extroverts. They're the ones fluttering between multiple friend circles, constantly like, hey, they're on their phone, but they're not texting or anything. They're taking photos just to like, hey, this is content. This is free content. That's all this is. And it becomes a challenge.
So, can I tell a little story here?
Story time.
So at my most recent job, before I had to leave it, my boss knew I did a podcast, and we're not gonna mention what this podcast is. But he would always kind of wonder what was going on in my life because of that. And he brought in one of the older coworkers who quit and then came back for like their vacation or whatever. And so she was talking, and for some reason, with no filter on, she just came out and said, you know what you would do good at? You're a pretty young girl. My nieces do foot content. They make $1,000 a month. And my boss walks out. And I'm red as a tomato because I was in the middle of giving her advice back for what they should do to make more money.
Some people are just that way, though. I mean, the other night I called a customer. I had a fucking crackhead. You know, like it's just who I am. It's just some people are that way. They're just gonna come out and say whatever they're thinking.
I know, but you work at like a restaurant. I worked at an insurance company.
To be fair, I got somebody to scan my link the other night at work too. Same night I called that lady a crackhead. Or I didn't call her a crackhead. It's just like stuff crackheads like.
So, darlings, I want you to not give a fuck about what other people are thinking about you.
As long as it doesn't affect you, like your lifestyle.
Yeah,
Thoughts
definitely
can affect me.
true. But remember, for those of us in the audience that are more timid in nature,
I'm sensitive.
I would say if you plan on going in this route, definitely establish first a pseudonym, a stage name, establish all of that. This way, if things go wrong, you can torch and burn that, and it's not connected to your vanilla side. That is, it sucks to say that, but that is a level of protection that you as a content creator will have. And this can stem from clients who harass you for content over and over again because they want more and want more, and they never seem like they're fucking satisfied. To the people who get jealous of the content that you make, so they try to put you down so that they can get in on that market and steal the clientele.
Some folks will try to bully you.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. To say it does not happen is a lie.
I just finally started getting hate mail, and that's like, I love that. That makes me feel special. But,
No, we got to do a segment where you just read it.
Whoa. You finally started getting hate mail?
yeah.
Finally?
Well, listen.
Dream over here like I sent you fucking 5 the minute we started this thing.
No. My concern is that now I've gotten hate mail way before he has.
Wow,
I've
what does it
also
say
been
about you?
doing this a lot more than you guys have been.
Now,
I was about to say, what does it say about Mr.?
Now, let me actually, that's a really good point to make. So, obviously, I mean, I have pictures of myself on my page, but people assume, most of the time they assume I'm a man. But they look at you, and of course, for the except for the dipshits that can always tell, they get that wrong. But they look at you and they see a woman. I mean, I showed you guys in that thread. I mean, they were bashing the fuck out of me, talking shit how I was 3 useless holes and all this stuff. And once I dropped that I was a man, they just fucking disappeared.
Yep, they told me that I was nothing more than an open, rotting womb because they thought I was trans.
You didn't have a vagina, you had an open, rotting wound.
Yeah, I just replied with, thank you for considering me not a girl. I wish I had the dick you think I have. Consider me Pinocchio because I'm not a real boy yet.
I love it.
It was so hard to not chime in out of nowhere on that entire thing. Just like
Totally
I
true.
would have loved you to.
It would have been a comment that would have made you uncomfortable. So I was like, I know how you feel about certain things.
Now you gotta tell me. I don't care if you tell me in the DMs or you tell me right here, but I gotta know.
It was going to be something like boy or girl. I'd hit that anyway.
No, it was going to be. It's nice to know that you feel uncomfortable to a point that you got to point this out. But I will say this: even if Dream did indeed have a lovely cock, I would still have it in front of my face.
Hell yeah.
Aw. That's one of the most romantic and sexual things I've ever heard.
Brett, good. I love
Dress
this.
in little outfits.
For anybody that's listening, or we're kind of on that confidence thing about what people think. I learned a long time ago the only opinions that matter are the ones that you allow to matter, and that is absolutely true. At the end of the day, I dropped a message to Dream when all that was going on, and just to remind her that don't get emotional. When these people are being fucking complete tool bags, take your emotion out of it. To me, I'm just typing words. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying half the time.
It's April Fool's, and I had the time of my life. That thread was a fucking bloodbath.
Oh, yes. It's still going on, by the way. I mean, there's still bloodbathing all over the other thing, Shit's going down like a bridge in Baltimore. It's crazy.
Oh, my God.
So, to hell with everyone else, I'm going to do what I want when I want. Damn right.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like, you and me both have gotten caught up in this is the societal norms and stuff, and you and me were both not used to that. So we did our best. We followed all the rules. We still got the same shit we were getting before. So what's the point? Let's go have some fucking fun.
Exactly. If they're going to be pissed off about what I say, I might as well say what I want to piss them off.
Yeah.
Burn it down.
Back to the marketing thing. Real quick, I do want to plug a hole for you. Clapper. I know TikTok's going through some litigation and some things that may be shutting down, all this stuff. It's probably just a scare tactic by Congress. They do this kind of shit like every 4 years. TikTok matters every 4 years, like Black Lives Matters every 4 years to the people in politics. So at the end of the day,
Ouch.
whether it shuts down or not, Clapper's a good alternative because Clapper is US based, so they're gonna like not bother that one. So that might be a platform everybody can get over to and start to explore and enjoy. It's TikTok, a little less restriction.
It is for users 17 and up. I
Technically,
have,
their terms of service say 18, but they don't give a shit.
for the purpose of them being able to put their app on the Google platform, that's there. But it's adults, and we do adult stuff. We post and advertise our OnlyFans without being shadow banned or whatever. You can go live without any followers. That's a nice thing. You can gain your followers by going live and enjoying yourself and promoting your OnlyFans content.
You can just go there and sit for an hour, and they'll give you money in some formal way.
The do not disturb rooms are cool. They're a little harsher on those now, but the do not disturb rooms are cool. You used to do your apron only every Thursday, and they encouraged it. The creators encouraged it. They have a social meetup in Dallas. I hate we're not going back to that, but fuck Dallas. I hate that city. Worst fucking city I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And I went to Shelby, North Carolina every day of my life. So, but no,
You can post your videos.
yeah. Real quick, hey,
it's a good
Garland, what
time.
are you
It's a
talking
great
about?
place.
Like TikTok? Or are you talking about Clapper? Or
I'm talking about Clapper.
eventually, I'm sure it will be. Like
Listen, they may have already have, because at the end of the day, this is an adult platform, and there's a very political side to it that
Look,
I don't see because my algorithm shows me boobs.
So
the first instance of what I'm referencing there, yes, I'm joking, but it actually happened. It was a Discord server for Minecraft, of all things. The Discord server was called Thug Shaker Central. And they leaked classified military documents on United States of America service vehicles.
I remember
Because they were
this.
trying to prove a point in an argument over a video game that was not Minecraft.
that's the best part. Is it
A
was a
little
pissing
dick
match.
fight.
It was a, oh yeah, well I got secret military information. No, you don't. No, you don't. Here it is.
And
So
not even 3 months later, the same thing happened again on a different Discord server. It's
I
just-
remember something about this coming up. I was like, wow, that's fucking hilarious. That's like what was it? Like a 7-year-old who robbed the entire European bank.
I think to me, it reminds me of when I was a kid. I was big into like WWF, or excuse me, WWE. And you know, my friend, her cousin was the Undertaker. You know, and it's like, no, she's not. And then like she had a picture that she had taken with the Undertaker at a show to prove it. And I'm like, cool. That's so
Oh,
cool.
hey, I know him. He had a big ass mark on his arm, and when I was a little baby, I had like a big fucking birthmark here that's gone now. But he was like, "Hey, nice baby. We have matching wounds on our arms." And she gets it with a chair.
That's so cool.
It was at the laundromat, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't even remember it, but that was the time of my life.
Nice. So when it comes to TikTok, though, I'm not very active on TikTok. I don't get a lot of views, so like I'm not wasting my time and energy. But at the same time, it works the same way as every other platform. If you put the time and energy into it and do the dedication and be consistent, you will get somewhere. It also pays to be hot, sexy, funny, or political. You have to be you can be one of the four, or if you have all four somehow, then you definitely are on the top. But that one is quite iffy. I know that I've seen a really good friend of mine that I miss, Jill. We met on TikTok, and she actually lives in New Jersey. But she would get fucking kicked off of her live for wearing shorts and like not showing her ass, nothing like that. She'd just be sitting in shorts and like get up. And
You were on a TikTok live.
Oh yeah, I got banned because you walked in pajamas.
Like not risque, not my normal munch
I
pajamas.
had like
Like
a fucking onesie on, and then TikTok seen her walk up behind me while I was doing dishes. Was like, nope, you're banned.
That's because TikTok knows her by now. Hasn't she gotten banned like 3
They've
or
already
4
banned her
times?
100 times.
Didn't they like block her
facial
face ID or
recognition.
something?
like, nah, not that bitch. Get out of
So,
here.
I was just thinking, back when we were on Clapper and Fanbase and all that other shit, we were doing the Spank Back Saturdays.
Mhm.
I would like to bring back one of those, or one of our like major events we did at some point in time. Like, I don't think Garland knows, but or probably anyone here. But we used to do these big ass
coordinate.
online events where we would have sexy costume contests, and we would
So
give
much fun.
stuff away, and we would have like karaoke people come on, people doing the fire spinning and all that other stuff through a big online festival. And we did like 4 of them per year back in like 2019, 2020.
And then you nerds let me start Monday Munch, and then you just gave it up. What the fuck?
Listen, I didn't give it up for. Okay, I gave it up for very selfish reasons. It was a lot. It was a lot of
There was
planning
also some dark shit going on too.
and coordinating with others. That was exhausting. Like, holy.
We got overwhelmed.
Well, it was
very
overwhelming, but also like there was behind the scenes shit that was happening that was not cool. So I mean, it's something we had to squash because
We can't
of all
talk
that.
about it now because I don't have my tea.
Oh,
But
coming soon to Juniper Gen content, Mr. Gone photoshopped images to have a desktop print out on your wall. I mean, I think we'd look great on a calendar, Garland. Yeah, I mean, did you see that picture I posted in the group the other day? It's like the one good picture I've got of me. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's something we can also think about doing. I know we're cutting Munch back to every other week.
Oh, yeah.
So we also have the opportunity for the Peep Show.
I'd really like to see us all continue doing something to add.
That was something I was going to mention a minute ago when Garland was going on about like pseudonyms and stage names and stuff like that. On the episode of the only episode I have of the Peep Show so far, Dream is the next one, but
Dream has been the next one for a while now.
You don't rush greatness, okay?
that's because we've done this twice before, and now everybody gets caught up in stuff. But if we're not doing Munch next week,
Exactly. That's why I want to lose.
Did we have time for our D&D game that we want to do? I'm kidding.
We got time for all this shit. But the performer I had on there was Confetti La Cupcakes. That's her adult persona. She is a clown fetishist and all this stuff and does all that cool stuff. At the same time, she does do kids clown shows. She does do festivals and things like that. So at some point we were talking and she was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is my other persona. If it costs me, it costs me, but it's also part of what I do. So it's having that comfort and trust in others to not trash you and not burn you. I love her to death. God, I miss her. She was so much fun to be around.
She is.
You give her a hug and her
she
boob
is.
squeaked. It was so cool.
and like at some point we have to talk about like what even with us, we've had a lot of people come and go with us and our little collaborations.
Some people have
You
chosen to
comfortable
leave.
with
Some
all these
people,
people coming with you?
some people have chosen to leave, and some people have been forced to leave. We're not afraid to get rid of
Same
shit
thing.
people. I assure you. I've kicked myself out a couple times. What
yeah,
up?
me too.
Good to see you,
Hiya.
bud. Hope all is well your way. I miss you, dude. You're gonna have to come up on Munch with us one night.
Hi, Matt.
So, real quick, I know we're pushing our 2 hours and all
Matt.
that stuff, but
must have been summoned by D&D. I swear
Yeah,
it was mentioned
literally.
like 15 seconds
Yup.
ago.
D&D
Good
got
God.
mentioned and poof, you showed up. So you need to host a D&D night for us. Another one that goes under the radar for a lot of people, they don't think about it, Snapchat.
Ugh, that's my
Snapchat
least
is
favorite.
it's a little difficult because it's almost like having a real-time OnlyFans. You can set up your premium subscription, your premium list that people have to pay to be a part of. Some people do like a lifetime, like you pay $80 and you're just in unless you violate some rule that you set up. Some people do it per month, whatever, and they'll re-update their list every month. But those premium lists allow you to post things you can't post on your public feed. But at the same time, you can post things on your public feed to make people curious about your private content. So that one is it's very specific. And the only reason I don't like Snapchat, though, is if you have locations, people that are around you can find you. Like they can see that you are nearby or you have a contact, in common or whatever.
That you're sitting in the McDonald's play area eating your Happy Meal.
So I'm just going to put this out there for anybody who thinks differently. Even if you have your location settings off on Snapchat, or even if you don't give it the settings to begin with, it will get the settings. And it will give people your location in the stupidest, most awful way possible.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. If you did that Bitmoji thing where you created your own little person, that automatically puts you on location data. So literally you could just go to the little world map of the United States, for example, and anyone who has their location, has the little Bitmoji, you're going to see that they have their location showing 24/7. So you need to make sure you disable that. However, Mr. did mention something there with the Snapchat that actually, because I haven't heard this yet, invest in alternative payment methods, people. If you plan to go into this line of work, you're going to need a PayPal account. You're going to need a Zelle account, a Venmo account, Cash App, definitely. You're going to need all these different forms so that you can collect payment for the content.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Because you're going to find that most people go, well, I don't use Venmo. I use Zelle.
Bitch, I got you right here.
Yeah, the more you have, the easier it is for you as a content creator to receive compensation, as well as it is easier to protect yourself when certain things like, for example, PayPal will flag transactions from content creators of our nature.
Oh, I got this one.
But PayPal acknowledges they do that, which is why PayPal also owns Cash App. And they actually encourage, if you're going to do this, go here. Mm-hmm. Cash App was made specifically for us content creators.
Yeah.
So if you want to get past the PayPal thing, if you give the people a downloadable product, it could even be like a blank sheet of paper. That'll get you past most of the fucking PayPal filters.
So one thing I was thinking about on the way home earlier, I have a Patreon, and that's what every now and then you see me pop it up. You can scan it right there. That's an alternative way to bypass the restrictions of certain platforms if we're going to talk loopholes. So if OnlyFans doesn't allow outside content, but you like to do outside content and you have somebody that likes your outside content because they've seen it on Reddit or Snapchat or whatever, have them, instead of subscribe to your OnlyFans, have them subscribe to your Patreon. And then they can get that content exclusive there by you setting up tiers and all this stuff. This shit takes work. It really does. It's not like hard labor. I was telling Jen, it's not hard labor, but it's tedious as fuck. Editing a video is irritating as fuck. Even with CapCut, it's still irritating as fuck because you put all that stuff in and you're like, oh, I need to edit this, move this over here, fix the lighting, make the transitions. It's not hard, but it does take time.
But something that you keep in mind, while it's hard, it's more than worth it because I have posts going back 2 years that people are still buying and I'm still making income on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's the other cool thing is if you start making some lucrative income from it, offer somebody 10%. Hey, be my manager. Edit my shit. I'm making $10,000 a month. You down to do this for $1,000 a month? Just need to do it on Thursdays and Saturdays. Whatever, it's stuff like that. And yes, Emily, it is very mentally draining because for every 10 people that are telling you how fucking sexy you are, there's that one that just comes out of the blue talking about how you look like dog shit. And they always go for like the kill shot. They always try to put you down like as quickly as possible. Whether it's saying you look like a man, whether it's telling me I'm not a man.
That. You remember that one kid who was commenting that you looked like a
Pedophile?
certain kind of criminal?
Pedophile?
Yeah.
It's okay. We can say big kid words here.
And after we explained that you weren't, they came on and they told me that I had certain diseases that I don't have. God damn, did that make me feel so fucking sensitive about that shit. Like, people will go after the worst things they can come up with. And even if you have, like, a big emotional wall, there are some things that will get to you, even if it's not just because it's about you.
100%. You just, I've said it before, but both sides of that spectrum should weigh the same in your mind. Those, oh my God, you were the hottest thing I've ever seen, should matter just as much as the ones that go, you're the worst fucking thing I've ever saw. I wouldn't look at you with Ray Charles's eyes through Stevie Wonder's glasses. So, you know, like,
He's trying to say none of that. You shouldn't.
it
let
doesn't
all that
matter.
get to your
Yeah,
head.
like, don't let the ego get boosted because somebody thinks you're hot. Don't let your self-esteem get diminished because somebody's a dick. One other platform, obviously Facebook. Facebook has its own little thing going. Some private groups work on a you don't report shit basis. Closing thoughts there, Garland?
You all are awesome. I appreciate you all. As for the viewers and listeners at home, those of you watching and listening in only, keep in mind the following things. Your well-being comes first always. This stuff is very tedious. It takes a lot of work if you're going to dive into this, especially if you're going to be in this for the long haul. It's always recommended build up your pre-content before you create the accounts. This means this will give you the ability to get past most of the initial week to 2 week trial period where you give this a try, so you could have content out on a regular basis of either it's very ambitious for every day, or you can have every other day, and then you can start branching it out from there once you see exactly how well the feedback you're getting. Be prepared to invest money in outfits, in props, in lighting, backdrops, screens, you name it, you're going to need it. And above all else, take everything with a grain of salt. You're going to have people who will inflate your ego and those who are going to try to take a wrecking ball to it to destroy it. It's going to happen. It's unavoidable. But I will also give you another perspective. People getting mad, bitching about it, and sharing my content, that's free publicity. That's one way of looking at that. And in the end, you are who you are. You know your limits. Own that. It's okay to step outside the box. And if you need to ask help, if you happen to have a role model, or if you maybe, I don't know, in some cases that I've seen, a content creator became a content creator by following another content creator. Just messaging back and forth like, hey, do you mind if I could ask you a couple questions about something? I'm thinking of going into this field. And you'll find some diamonds amongst the rough that are going to give you honest to God feedback of how much of a struggle it was for them and what works and what doesn't work, what they have seen, what they haven't tried. It's going to be its own undertaking for this. I do think, though, that one thing that probably should have been covered, and I don't want to say we need a part 2 for this, but it's for just the afterthoughts, is we didn't really talk anything along the lines of how to price the content.
Oh, there's so much we really didn't get into.
Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to look and see what else is out there, not to undercut the competition, but to see what most people establish as a community standard.
Yep.
So May
And
13th, we'll
inspiration.
have a pricing and content evaluation.
And there may
Lunch.
be some more additions in there because there were some things
Yeah, this could definitely be a topic and subject that we don't circle back to, but we continue. It might become its own little special mini series. And hopefully we can have the rest of the crew here to help elaborate on how they would price their particular content, and what, as well as give information on, for example, for what I do, I can't post my shit on OnlyFans. I can't. OnlyFans just shuts that down. Jabber, I hope you're still in the chat. I know there was one we were talking about 3-4 weeks back.
Kinky fans.
Kinky fans, yeah. Kinky fans is where I can now post my stuff. But that's
I need to join that.
before I start posting on that, I'm building up my content so I can have that all ready to go. But yeah, if you have questions, submit them to the Kinkslayer website. Mr. will make sure the link's posted on the video, so submit any and all questions you have. I honestly do believe that that starting off the munch with viewer questions is a wonderful idea.
It's really
helps,
nice.
It helps gives us feedback. It sees what our audience is looking for, and we are here not to control you. We are here to help guide you through, in this case, what could be a life-altering decision until you commit to this type of work.
Yep.
Come join us. Be a slave to the algorithms. Come on, join us. And look to this individual over here that called himself Uncle Fester earlier for the role model of how to not fucking care what people think about you.
Oh my god.
You know what? Yeah, for sure. Real quick, Matt, I don't know if you're still here, but Threads is something I haven't really played too much on. I did do a quick Google, and they do have a no nudity policy. So we'll see how that works out. I think Threads is going to be kind of like Instagram and Facebook's baby. Have a good night, Gardon. Yeah, so that's something to look into as well. Facebook's more to build yourself a community of along the lines like Twitter and Reddit, where get to know your fan base, get to know your people, and be there for those people. You have other platforms like this one, like I'm using right now, Restream. If anybody wants a percentage off deal, I got like a affiliate link too. But so you see here, I've got a donate and support right up there. So that right there, if
your best puppy dog, guys.
Yeah, you could get people donating and supporting live there, just like you could on Twitch for gifts and stuff like that.
I think those are
another
really creepy. Those
really cool thing. I'm not going to pop up the adult product I have on here, but another really cool thing is you on this platform specifically, you can set up sales. This is when I left here, so I could show you, but
you should put a vlogger up.
Well, I can't. I'm not going to show adulty products yet. You got to see how that works.
But vloggers for
but
bookmarks.
You can have that set up right there. So if you're selling something, or if you're, trying to get people to subscribe to your content or whatever, you've got that option. So there are platforms like this: Streamlabs, StreamYard, Restream. Restream's the newest one I'm trying out. But yeah, I mean, it's all about finding community more than anything. And if you don't have community, welcome to fucking Kinkslayer. You've got one now.
Yeah, seriously. You can't say you have no one anymore because now you got us.
Thank you for being here, Emily. I know I'm pretty sure we talked the other day and you said that you were not sure if you were going to make it because of the time difference. So I appreciate the fuck out of
that. Really enjoyed
Fly Swatters.
Fly Swatters. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Dream, any closing thoughts? We will definitely touch on the deeper aspects of this, like the finances and stuff like that in another show. I think it's on March 15th.
I would love to get into that because that's what I thought we were doing here, and I came into it with like the whole logistics and everything planned out and the suit change and everything, and I kind of got distracted. But my closing thoughts are that yes, this could be a very complex ordeal, and it takes a lot of steps to get started. But if I had to say, do I regret this? Not a day in my life. It's totally worth it for me, at least, and I think it would be worth it for anyone to give it a try. When they're ready.
Yep.
Me?
The only person you need consent from to do this is yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
if your boyfriend doesn't like it, tell him to kick fucking rocks.
That could be like a whole fucking discussion right there.
Yeah, we'll have another discussion that day. Lunch is gonna end up being every week again. Watch.
My closing thoughts is something that nobody really brought to view is it can be a hobby. I treat it as such. I do it when I'm in the mood to do it. So I don't I know all these strategies that we're talking about, but I don't necessarily use them. And I still actually make a few dollars here and there and thoroughly enjoy it. But I am going to do a little better with my foot stuff, I think. Well, I'm in the mood for it. So it's going to be here. And I think that's perfectly acceptable as well. As you filter through the seasons of your life, content creation may not be a forever thing, and that's something to keep in mind as well.
Nice. Serrate it and get to stay in because that's some aspect I was going to look at there. Yeah. So.
I love you guys. Have a great day.
And as for me,
Have a great week.
if you're following me, you already know my opinion on what people think.
Doesn't
the world
even matter.
is your playground. Burn it down as you see fit. But also make sure you're protecting yourself overall. And these platforms should be used to build a tribe, not necessarily only to get subscribers. If you're only doing it for the money, that's fine. Do that. But understand that it's not always going to be a lot of income. And it's not always going to be, you're not going to start off making 10 grand a month. We'll get into that finance discussion and I'll break down kind of where that line is drawn.
I got excited over 40 cents we made earlier.
Right? Hell yeah. But where that line gets drawn for you, it may say you're in the top 12% of creators and you've only made $25 that month. Because there are a lot of creators that don't do it anymore. They just have accounts. So
yeah, that's really skewed actually. I've gotten to the top 22% of creators, and that was only because I made $80.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not, you see people posting, I'm in the top 10%. Well, that's cool. You made $100 last month. That doesn't make you special.
I think that's something we should talk about next week too, is breakdown of that, because I want to learn what.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be mid-May. That's going to be mid-May.
Sounds great.
Because next topic is on Dream's birthday. Is it on your birthday? I don't remember this yet.
It's 3 days before my birthday.
Okay, so 3 days before your birthday. It's going to be on April 15th. We're going to be talking about taboo kinks. That's one where we're going to push boundaries on social media, as well as triggering people. So
can we have a cake fart?
It's going to be one of those things where we discuss it with the other panelists. This is what we're going to be talking about. If you're not down for it, don't jump in. It's going to have a lot of trigger warning kind of posters on the bottom that tell you what we're talking about specifically. I'm not going to give you a trigger warning every time I speak. You're getting it now, plus whatever the banner says. So
yeah, we'll put it in the description, and then we'll check the description.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying a cake.
So
yes, if you want to buy a cake, go ahead.
Can I fart on the cake?
As long as you do it on camera.
This is what it's going to look like when we talk. It's going to say trigger warning or TW, and then whatever the topic is, and that's going to stay up. So that's what we're going to do there. I'm looking forward to that one. I do like the darker side of things. Where did we send the lima beans? You know what, Brett? I'm going to get you a P.O. box to send Dream some lima beans.
Yeah, absolutely. Send me all the lima beans and cilantro because apparently you don't like that either. Thank you for the happy birthday.
Night, everybody, though. I love you all. Thank you for attending. Feel free. We have questions all the time. Sarah, you beat me twice already, so I've got to find your prize. Yeah, so I've enjoyed this shit, and we will see you next time. Right now, there's no outro, but before this ends, to make it clear, can't stop me, bitches. I ain't going nowhere. Bye, guys.